If you ask me what I think of Fortnite right now, I would say that it's 100% entering a new prime. I know people always say this at the start of the season, oh, this season's gonna change Fortnite, this is gonna be the one that makes Fortnite amazing, and then the entirety of Chapter 5 happens. But this time, it feels a little bit different. I don't know what crack Epic was smoking, but they must have locked in after the monstrosity that was Chapter 5 because this new season is pretty peak. There are some things wrong with this season. For example, the new Typhoon Blade is extremely broken even after the nerfs. I don't know what's happening here. But while this season is extremely good in my opinion, that's not why I think it's entering another prime. What I think is entering another prime is the metaverse, which has Reload, Ballistic, and Fortnite OG. However, I don't really think Fortnite OG is really all that. I think it's extremely boring, repetitive, and just doesn't really have a lot of content right now, and that's why I consider it not good for now. A lot of the problems that I say in this video are mainly going to be about Season 1 in general and not really Fortnite OG itself. However, there are a couple of issues that I could see Fortnite fixing in the future, and then there's some later on problems that I think are going to happen with OG. So let's just get right into this. Before we do, be sure to like and subscribe. If we hit 25k by 2026, I will get a low taper fade because the meme is still massive. Also, use code LilSmurf in the Fortnite item shop because you're pretty based if you do it. Okay, let's get into this. Fortnite OG launched on December 6, 2024, and it started out in Chapter 1, Season 1. And as I'm recording this video, it is still in Chapter 1, Season 1. And when it first launched, I did not like it, and then after I played a couple more games, I realized why people liked it so much, but after I played more and more, I fell out of love with it. It got extremely boring in my opinion, and there's a lot of reasons for why that's the case. Once again, a lot of the criticisms that I'm going to list in this video are basically just towards Chapter 1 Season 1 and not towards the actual mode of OG. But please stick around because there are a couple problems that I have with the mode as a whole. For one, I feel like this map is extremely boring and extremely limited, and I get it was Season 1, but that doesn't change the facts that the map is still bad. Like, look at this area on the map. Look at this. This is where Tilted should be, and I understand that Tilted wasn't introduced until Season 2, but like, why did we have to start at Season 1? We could have easily just started at Season 2, which in my opinion was basically just Season 1, but more content. I would really just consider Seasons 2 and 3 to just be updates to Season 1. I mean, yes, they did change a lot up about the game, but at the end of the day, like, it was still the same map, really the same theme, same sort of, like, style, if that makes sense. Not a whole lot changed until Season 4, when they went for a superhero theme. And then Season 5, they sort of went for, like, a summer theme. Season 6, they had, like, a spooky theme, that sort of thing. That's when Fortnite started to get into the thing of seasons and actually make seasons feel unique and like their own thing. But Seasons 1, 2, and 3 were basically just add-ons to each other. Like, this map is massive. You know what else is mad? But with how big the map is, there is a lot of open space where there's just nothing to really do. Like, sure, there's some little landmarks here and there. You might find a shed with like a chest inside of it. But even still, the POIs that you can land at don't really have that much depth or that much loot. Like, Tomato Town has one chest in the entire POI, and I get it's a relatively smaller POI compared to the rest, but still, one chest is absurd. Another thing, every single weapon is like absolutely broken and I don't know why. Why are gray weapons doing insane amounts of damage? Like 54 headshot on a gray AR? Also double pump. Double pump is not balanced, like in the slightest. Sure, it was originally in the original Season 1, so it makes sense why they brought it back. Until you realize the fact that double pump was a glitch. It was never a feature. People always constantly talk about how, oh, if Fortnite brought back double pump permanently, like, it would be so amazing. No one was complaining about double pump when it was first in the game. Yeah, I'm sure they weren't. Double Pump is extremely broken, and sure, while it was in Season 1, it was a glitch. In my opinion, glitches should not be kept as core features unless those glitches add on to the experience. Kind of like rocket riding does in a sense. But even still, rocket riding isn't even that broken, and it takes a while to pull off, or at least a substantial amount of skill. Double Pump is not that complicated to pull off, and in the end, just makes people like, it's just overpowered is what I'm saying. Those are really all my problems with Season 1 as a whole. Again, lots of the problems I have with OG right now are simply because it's just Season 1 right now. I really do not see myself playing OG all that much until like Season 4, or especially 5. I will 100% play during 5. Even Season 4 I'm a little skeptical about. But next, let's talk about my problems with the actual mode as a whole. And one of them is one thing that I hate saying, but in a way it kind of works here, is it's not OG enough and it's too OG at the same time. What do I mean by this? Well, for a lot of the guns, Fortnite decided to bring back a lot of the old models, and that's amazing, and it feels so good to actually see and use these models again. They even brought back some of the old sounds and stuff. Keyword, some. Because some guns like the TAC and the OG AR all still have their new models and new sounds, which is extremely off-putting in my opinion. It just feels off and doesn't feel like these guns actually belong in OG. I'm not usually one to complain and say like, oh, this isn't OG enough, but like, when you have all of these old gun models already in the game, along with the old sounds and stuff, it just sort of takes you out of the immersion in a sense. Like, you're playing OG, you see the OG Scar, OG Pump, you're like, holy crap, this is OG, and then you see like the new TAC model, it just like looks off. I also have some worries for the future of OG because I'm wondering, what happens after Season X? There's 3 possibilities here. 1, we just repeat the same cycle over and over, and we just go from Season 1 to Season 10 for the rest of the time. That is eventually going to get boring. Or we randomize the seasons, so for example, after Season X, we go back to Season 5, and then we jump to Season 3, and then we go all the way to Season 9, and so on and so forth. It's just random which seasons will come back in a sense. Or the third, and in my opinion, the most unlikely option, we get new Chapter 1 seasons. Instead of stopping at Season X, we go on to Season 11, and Season 12, Season 13, so on and so forth. I don't think that's going to happen because Epic would have to manage 2 new Battle Royale seasons at the same time. It's one thing to bring back an old season and make a new season at the same time, but to make 2 new seasons at the same time, like, that's just gonna get complicated really fast. But also, if they just bring back the same 10 seasons over and over again, what are they gonna do for OG passes? Are they just gonna bring back some old OG passes, which would not really work that well, because what happens when a crew subscriber has the OG pass, but then still gets the OG pass? Do they just get like more V-Bucks or something? Or is it something like they make new OG passes, which, like, what are they gonna do then? Because there's only so many OG skins that you can remix together before it just gets old, or you're basically just making the same skins over and over. I don't know. Currently, Fortnite OG is just not really hitting that much for me. I can see the appeal for it. It's a lot more grounded, focused on gunplay and stuff compared to the wacky, mystical side of like Chapter 6, so I understand why a lot of people like it, but if I wanted like an OG experience, I would rather just play Reload. I know that's not technically OG, but in my opinion, I just like playing it more. It's like one of Fortnite's most underrated modes right now. You guys should definitely go play it. But that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Once again, 25k by 2026 for a low taper fade. Also, use code Lil Smurf in the Fortnite item shop if you're picking up Godzilla or Hatsune Miku. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.